got this.
Are you serious right now, bro?
What are you going to do? Bounce me to death?
Are you familiar with the term locking in? If you are, hey, that's good. If you aren't, well, let me talk to you real quick. What it means to lock in is that you get incredibly focused in whatever you're doing. You're not distracted by anything around you. Nothing else is taking your attention besides what you're doing. And whenever someone enters that locked in state, that's when they're cooking. And when you're against someone that's cooking and you're not also cooking, not gonna lie, say goodbye. Because chances are the thing that's getting cooked is you. Now that we all know what it means to lock in anime,
I ain't gonna lie, when season 2 of Blue Lock coming out, bro, that shit was tough as fuck. That shit single-handedly got me into soccer. I watched one season of that shit. Before that season, I knew nothing about soccer except fucking Ronaldo and Messi, and that Messi was better. That's it. I watched that shit. I watched 24 episodes. I ended up buying FIFA 22 and 23. Damn near bought 24. Shit.
Getting cooked is you. Now that we all know what it means to lock in, anime has some pretty tough lock-in moments. And they're partially so tough because you can just feel them flip that switch. Sometimes, because sometimes characters lock in questionable ways. But the vast majority of the time you get that seat feeling and then they're just tough. After that point, they are not losing. So in this video, we're gonna talk about them easy. And the first lock-in moment we're gonna talk about is Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time. Now before that happened, Goku was fighting the most auspicious and talented races of all time, Frieza. Now beforehand, the fight was pretty calming. And by calming, I mean Goku was getting called slurs like half the fight. And at this point in time, Goku hadn't leveled up to the proper monkey level to beat Frieza. So not gonna lie, Goku was kinda getting cooked. So not only could he not combat his hands, he couldn't combat his slurs. So if you really think about it, Goku could he not combat his hands?
You see how I didn't even realize how big this nigga's forehead was, bro.
Combat his slurs. So if you
They got that TK shit. No, stop.
Really think about it.
They got that tie hair. Fuck.
Goku not being able to stop Frieza from calling him slurs inadvertently gave Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen the idea to start calling people monkeys, technically, theoretically, potentially. So Goku not locking in faster low-key kinda caused the spread of racism throughout anime characters. That's tough! But if getting called slurs over and over and over again by Frieza didn't make Goku lock in, then what did? Do you wanna know what did? Oh, tell you what did. Frieza lifted my dog Krillin, aka Goku's best friend, into the sky and blew him up.
That was his fourth time. He'll get over
with
it.
So much evil in his eyes that had to be a hate crime against all people. If Saitama heard about that, woo-wee. But after that moment was when it began. The most iconic exhibition of locking in anime started. Goku started tweaking. Bro was like, and then bro locked in and became a Super Saiyan. Once he turned Super Saiyan, he was now at the level of monkey he needed to be to really box with Frieza. And box with Frieza he did because like
that day he was no longer a monkey, but a nigga.
Then bro locked in and became a Super Saiyan. Once he turned Super Saiyan, he was now at the level of monkey he needed to be to really box with Frieza. And box with Frieza he did because like every single time someone locks in, they start cooking. Goku was quite literally, as I always say, beating the brakes off him. And what's crazy with Frieza is that I've never seen bro lock in ever. He's just strong just because, so he's never needed to lock in. So when it was finally time to lock in with the locked in Goku, he was sheets. And it's crazy because like, even if Frieza somehow managed to lock in after Goku locked in, Goku is the main character. And he's not just the main character, he's the main character of all main characters.
I was gonna show that clip too on the stream too.
Favorite main character. And what all that basically means in this
I'm not gonna lie, that nigga's low-key in the
he's your favorite main character.
I forgot, this nigga literally threw her ass out the house. Some NFL abuse going on in here.
His favorite main character. And what all that basically means in this context is that Frieza had no chance. The chance of Frieza beating Goku is the same amount of chance of you beating me in basketball. It's not happening.
Don't play with me.
So unfortunately for Frieza and fortunately for us, it was time for Frieza to say goodbye. Eventually, Goku wasn't even trying no more for real. Why was he smacking Frieza like this? Oh! And then Goku started feeling himself. Bro was like, not gonna lie, bro, you not even a challenge.
Nah, he started
anymore.
bitching
For
this
half
nigga.
the fight, I was struggling trying to beat you. Now you looking like this. Can't believe I was really struggling trying to beat him.
Nah, he beat this nigga to pity, bro.
It worse? you're about to lose to a monkey. Woo, where he learned to talk like that? Bro made his hair yellow, now all of a sudden he thinks he's him.
I told you that day he was a nigga.
Tell him he's wrong. Are you? And then at the end of it all, Goku hit Frieza with a little blasty blast and it was all over. Goku locked in and successfully ended racism in Dragon Ball. You see, all of that is crazy because Goku not doing that to me. But anyway, though, the next auspicious locked-in moment we got was when Gojo fought Toji. Now, Gojo fought Toji twice. The second time was when we saw him lock in. But I gotta explain both fights for it to really hit for real. And also, to fully understand the magnitude of this locked-in moment, we have to talk a little about Toji. Now, my guy Michael Davis already did an auspicious job in explaining the greatness that is Toji in my Gojo vid, but...
Bro, who be making these pictures?
Auspicious job in explaining
who be making these pictures, cause that shit look tough.
The greatness that is Toji in my Gojo vid, but this is a best locked in moments video, and this moment is too good to not include in this video, so we gonna talk about it again. Now, Toji Fushiguro is no ordinary man. He's no ordinary sorcerer either. Actually, he's not even a sorcerer at all. He quite literally has zero curse energy whatsoever, something that all sorcerers have, besides Maki. But what he lacks in curse energy, he has tenfold in Dog. You know what? Let me put it like this. Every single anime has that one menace. That one menace who isn't a weirdo and that everyone is cool. In Bleach, they got Kenpachi. In Naruto, they got Madara. And before that was Team Sasuke. In Vinland Saga, they got Thorkel. In One Piece, they got Zoro. And in real life, we got me. All those guys give off a certain type of energy when they're on the screen. And especially when they're about to box. So if you never watched Jujutsu Kaisen, those guys are the type of guys Toji is. In that show, they call him the Sorcerer Killer. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that Toji is a guy who stands on business. That's the type of guy who was hunting down Gojo to boom him. And
one man army verse 50, nigga.
To start off the second Gojo
that nigga did
his infinity, Toji snuck him. Now basically what Gojo's infinity mean is that you can't touch him because as you get closer to him you get slow.
That's so fucking unnecessarily overpowered and I love it. I love it. Nigga said you can't even touch me. Nigga said I control if you fucking touch me or not. The fuck is you gonna do, bro?
The only way you can touch him is if he drops his infinity and lets his guard down. As long as a man named Toji exists, you never let your guard down. So you know what I'm saying, what happened after that was the only thing that could happen after something like that. And that was Toji and Gojo boxing. Now I'm not gonna lie, the fight started off pretty tame. Toji was moving OD fast, but Gojo had it under control. Gojo smacked Toji through a building. He was looking pretty confident. After that, Gojo cleared the area for a better view of where Toji was because he was moving mad fast between buildings. Honestly, it was looking like Gojo was about to win until he did it. This man Toji violated my
that's the only time that nigga was ever done that way, bro. I know that shit was traumatic.
And just like that, Toji quite literally beat the brakes off Gojo. Then the same day, bro shot a little girl and started smiling. What's wrong with him?
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga really murdered a child. And didn't flinch at all. That nigga grinning and shit. That nigga dead murdered a child in cold fucking blood. Crazy.
As long as he breathes, he will always partake in menace activities. Unfortunately for him though, who he boomed that day was no ordinary sorcerer. He boomed Gojo, and what booming Gojo means is that he boomed the honored one. What's the honored one? Well, a day or so later, Toji was about to find out. He was about to witness firsthand what it truly means to lock in. All of a sudden, Gojo, the guy he killed, was no longer dead. Bro was alive and just fine, smiling back at Toji. From then on, it was on site. They started boxing once again. Gojo was dodging every hit. I thought I was watching Prime Ali. Gojo hit bro once and then bro started levitating. Who he
This nigga was high as hell.
Bro feels so enlightened right now. How he feels is how I feel after every time Polo G drops an album. Just feels so enlightened. Bro wanted to be Cardi so bad. Unfortunately for Toji, Gojo was fully locked in and that meant the fight was over. If ever you're in a fight and your opponent starts looking like this, the fight is over. There is nothing you can do at that point. Not gonna lie, it's time to say GG. Bro combined red and blue and made an all new imaginary technique. purple. And using that, bro viciously and ferociously ended Toji. And not gonna lie, he did Toji bad. He got done worse than Ace. But hey, that is the result when you fight someone who was locked the fuck in. No cap, y'all think Gojo be off perks? The next locked in moment we got is Gear 4 Luffy versus Doflamingo. Now this type of locking in is the type of locking in I was talking about before. It doesn't look like the person is locking in, but they're locking in. Luffy can
this new. I didn't watch One Piece.
Interesting individual, but whether he's being interesting or not, 100% of the time he always wants smoke. And him wanting smoke 100% of the time means he's very prone to locking in. He's very prone to taking your kneecaps. Now just like every lock-in moment, there is a moment before you lock in where you're probably getting cooked. Like Goku before he turned Super Saiyan was getting cooked. Gojo, the first fight with Toji, he got cooked. But in this case, Luffy wasn't getting cooked. In fact, Luffy and Trafalgar Law were both tag teaming Doflamingo. Luffy wasn't getting cooked. In fact, Luffy and Trafalgar Law were both tag teaming Doflamingo. But then later on, it was just a one-on-one. And not gonna lie, Doflamingo is kind of that guy. Doflamingo kills people, real people, with no mercy at all whatsoever. Doflamingo definitely has that dog in him, I will not lie. Basically what I'm trying to say is that if Luffy didn't lock in, he was not gonna win that fight. Good thing for Luffy though, he knew what he had to do. Yeah, 4 bones, man. That's it, that's him locking in. Once the bro uttered those words, yes, he said it just like that, by the way. Once he uttered those words, Doflamingo was shakes. By the way, just a little side note before I continue, a transformation alone isn't necessarily locking in. Frieza's third transformation is not him locking in. What the hell is that? Like I said, if you don't feel that switch, it's not locking in. There was no switch on that transformation. Also, by the way, and I'm just adding this now, by the way, if you couldn't tell, I don't script my videos, I just be talking. If you're supposedly locking in, you have to win the fight, because what did you lock in to do? Lose? Anyway, back to Gear 4 though. The second Luffy fully locked in, he started cooking Doflamingo. Bro was smacking him left, he was kicking him right. He was getting thrusted through buildings, you love to see it. Doflamingo was getting done bad. Do I feel bad though? Hell no. You could tell by the viciousness of Luffy's attacks that he was in that zone.
I ain't gonna lie, these niggas be trippy though. I can't even.
Hell no. You could tell by the
I fuck with the sun. Ooh, I fuck with the sunglasses. The whole coat is tough as hell. Only thing I gotta criticize is them short ass pants. Them short ass pants with no socks. Good lord. Nah.
So Luffy's attacks that he was in that zone. Then he ran out of sauce for like 10 minutes and the whole village had to hide him from Doflamingo to get his sauce back. But Doflamingo did not cause that, so I'm not counting it against Luffy. After bro got his sauce back though and locked back in, he took Doflamingo to the sky in front of Doflamingo's own country, in front of his own turf,
that
in
nigga
front
run
of
a
his
country.
own home, in front of
I ain't gonna lie, if you run a country, you gotta have better drip than that. I ain't gonna lie.
All his own country, in front of his own turf, in front of his own home, in front of all the hoes. He boomed them in the sky all the way to the ground and he was sheets. No more Doflamingo. Goofy. Alright, that's my bad, I'm tweaking. And just like that, Doflamingo got dealt with by the greatest fictional character of all time who just so happened to merely lock in. While we're on the topic of Luffy though, this is the character of all time who just so happened to merely lock in. While we're on the topic of Luffy though, this is gonna bring us to our last locked in moment. And that is the Straw Hats walk to Arlong Park. Now the Straw Hats walk to Arlong Park isn't just about one person being locked in, rather 4 different people being locked in. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp all saw Nami crying, and that was all that was needed. Nothing else needed to happen. They knew what they had to do. This walk right here not only meant that they were locked in, but it meant that Arlong and all the other fishmen were about to be shakes. I'm not gonna lie, they stood on business. Luffy punched through the gate and walked through, saw Arlong, socked him in the mouth. Then Luffy got stuck in some concrete and then got stuck in the sea for mad long, but you know what I'm saying, he gonna spin back, don't worry. Zoro fought Hachi, aka an octopus who uses swords. The octopus was using 6 sword style energy. Doesn't matter though, that fraudulent octopus got blooped by Zoro. Sanji, when he isn't being a bastard, always stands on business. Karubi, a fishman under Arlong, unfortunately didn't understand that fact, so he got blooped by that chain smoker simp who's low-key Gordon Ramsay. Usopp, I'm so proud of bro. Ow! Usopp walked in like he was strong. Usopp is not strong. This dude right here, his name is Chu.
Hello.
He's one of Arlong's best men. Do you want to know who took him out? Do you want to know? Do you really want to know? My nigga Usopp, hey! Bro set him on fire, hit him with a hammer, and then kept hitting him with the hammer, and then he beat him. Hey! That boy Usopp was so cold, and then
CTE and ECT.
Usopp, hey!
CTE,
Boo set him on
ECT.
fire, hit him with a hammer, and then kept hitting him with the
ETC,
hammer,
all
and then
that
he
shit.
beat him. Hey! That boy Usopp was so cold, and then he wasn't cold again until Thriller Bark. But then lastly, Luffy got back up, started smashing on Arlong paws, broke bro's weapon, called him a twat, then stepped on his face to beat him, and that was it. Hey! Arlong quite literally got stomped out. That's tough! Shh, Arlong, it's over now. And boom, that was it. A phenomenal display of locking in by 4 young gentlemen simultaneously. Aspire to be like them, even Usopp. And not gonna lie, that's the end of the video. No cap, this video was pretty fun to make, so if this video does good, I'm gonna make a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5. But yeah, that's it. Follow my Twitter, hey, follow my Instagram, hey, join my Discord too because it's pretty good, hey, drink lemonade and subscribe.
Pink lemonade. Alright, nigga, alright. Alright, up to the games, up to the games, up to the games.